Ayaan had always lived within the safe walls of routine, until one question shattered his comfort and lit a fire he could no longer ignore. In a quiet village nestled among rolling hills lived a young man named Ayaan. He was known for his calm demeanor and predictable routine. Every morning he would rise with the sun, help his father with farming, and spend the evening reading old books in the corner of their small house. He had dreams, big ones, dreams of becoming a successful entrepreneur and making a difference in the world. But dreams, he thought, were meant to stay as dreams for someone like him, born into a simple life. One summer evening, Ayaan sat on the porch of his house, watching the stars. His younger sister, Alina, sat beside him, swinging her legs over the wooden railing. "You always talk about building something great," she said suddenly. "But you're still here, doing the same things. What's stopping you?" Ayaan looked at her and sighed. "I don't know. Maybe fear, maybe comfort. It's safe here. I know this life." Alina didn't say anything more, but her silence said everything. That night, Ayaan couldn't sleep. Her words kept echoing in his mind. "You're still here." The next morning, Ayaan made a decision. He packed a small bag, took his savings from the old tin box under his bed, and told his parents he was going to the city. He had no exact plan, no job lined up, only a desire to test his potential and see what lay beyond the boundaries of the life he knew. Arriving in the bustling city was like stepping into another universe. The traffic, the noise, the fast-paced people, everything was overwhelming. Ayaan rented a small room in the cheapest part of town and began searching for work. He was rejected countless times. His rural background, lack of city connections, and limited formal education made it hard to convince anyone to give him a chance. But Ayaan didn't give up. He worked as a delivery boy during the day and attended free online business classes at night. He studied marketing, sales, and product development. Every evening, no matter how tired he was, he reminded himself, success begins outside your comfort zone. One day, while delivering a package to a small digital marketing agency, he overheard a conversation about their need for fresh ideas. Without hesitation, he introduced himself to the manager and pitched a campaign idea he had been working on for weeks, one he thought could help small businesses grow online. The manager was skeptical but intrigued. He gave Ayaan a week to create a mock-up. Ayaan poured his heart into it. He borrowed an old laptop from a friend, worked through the nights, and delivered a stunning presentation. The manager was impressed, and Ayaan was offered a position as an intern. Ayaan's internship was unpaid, but he didn't care. He knew it was his foot in the door. He absorbed everything: how campaigns were designed, how data was analyzed, how teams communicated. His hunger to learn caught the attention of his colleagues and, eventually, the agency's CEO. Within 6 months, he was offered a full-time position with a modest salary. It wasn't much, but it was a victory. He called Alina that night, tears in his eyes. "I made it, Alina," he whispered. "Not all the way, but I've started." She smiled on the other end. "And all it took was stepping outside your comfort zone." With newfound confidence, Ayaan began developing a side project, an online platform to help rural artisans sell their handmade goods to urban markets. He remembered how talented his neighbors back home were, making beautiful items that never saw the light beyond their village. He wanted to change that. He spent all his savings building a basic version of the platform. He convinced a few artisans from his village to join and even invested in professional photographs of their products. The first month, the site got a few visitors. The second month, it got even fewer. No sales, no progress. He felt crushed. Ayaan started doubting everything. Had he been foolish to believe he could make a difference? Maybe he was meant to stay in his village after all. But one evening he came across a quote online. "The greatest mistake you can make in life is to be continually fearing you will make one." It reignited a fire in him. He reached out to mentors, joined online forums, and started learning about customer behavior and digital storytelling. He realized that he hadn't told the story behind the products, the story of the hands that made them, the culture they carried, and the lives they could change. He rebuilt the website, this time with a focus on storytelling. He shot videos, wrote articles, and even shared his own journey. Slowly, people began to take notice. Orders trickled in, first 5, then 10, then 50. The platform began to grow, and so did the community behind it. 1 year after launching the revised platform, a popular online magazine featured Ayaan's story. He was invited to speak at conferences, on podcasts, and even interviewed by national television. People were amazed by the boy from the village, who built a bridge between tradition and technology. Investors started approaching him. Artisans from other regions joined his platform. What began as a small idea had now become a thriving business and a movement. Ayaan never forgot the roots of his journey. He returned to his village, not as the boy who left with nothing but a dream, but as a man who brought opportunity back home. He built a training center in the village where young men and women could learn digital skills, marketing, and entrepreneurship. He set up partnerships with local schools and provided scholarships. His journey had come full circle. During a university lecture, a student asked Ayaan, "What's the one thing you'd tell someone who's afraid to take the first step?" Ayaan smiled and replied, "Success doesn't come wrapped in comfort. It hides in fear, failure, and risk. But when you choose to step beyond what's familiar, that's when life truly begins. That's when you truly begin." He paused, then added, "I wasn't born extraordinary. I just decided to leave what was easy and chase what was possible, and that has made all the difference." Ayaan's story is not about overnight success. It's about the courage to start when nothing seems certain, the resilience to keep going when failure knocks, and the humility to remember where you started. If you're reading this and standing at the edge of a big decision, unsure of what lies ahead, remember this: success begins outside your comfort zone. It always has. It always will.